Hello and welcome to Too Fast, Too Forever. There's all kinds of family. We chose this one. This is episode 411, Life in the Fast Lane, number 49. I'm Jerry Lewandowski.
I'm Joe, too.
And Joe, this is minute 15, where we continue. This is the 7.
Vamos a gato.
じゃあまた。
じゃあ。Come on in. This is it. You know, Sean, I was gonna be there, but your mom, she said the 7th, see, and we're a day ahead of you in Japan. Well, you're here now. That's good. So, how is your mom?
Where do I sleep?
Well, Sean, you know she had no other choice. I mean, it was...
So in this minute, Sean waits for his dad to return to the front door. Sean's dad sees a woman out of his home, then welcomes Sean in. Sean's dad begins tidying up his apartment as they talk about Sean's arrival and his mom. Sean, grumpy, simply asks, "Where do I sleep?" as the minute ends. So I did a little bit of research on Yoko Maki, who plays... Did you see what she's credited as?
No, what is she credited as?
Woman at Boswell's apartment.
Okay.
So I guess confirmed apartment.
I guess. But did I ever... the Japanese use weird... Do you know this?
No, I don't think so.
The Japanese use weird words for housing.
Okay.
That when I was... At least when I was there, mansion meant apartment.
Okay.
Like, they're like, mansion, this is my mansion. But that means you're like...
Is that
high-rise
like,
apartment.
is it mansion in Japanese or mansion the English word mansion?
It's the Japanese pronunciation of the English word mansion.
Okay, so they're just
and that means apartment.
They're crib. Okay.
So for it to be woman of apartment, that could mean house because
Man,
the Japanese
that elementary school game MASH is all fucked up over there.
Yeah.
I will get to Yoko Maki in a second. Home. So I remember noting this in a previous watch of this. That I thought it was so gross, the cleanup, because he's like, doing the sheets. He doesn't do anything with the sheets. He crumples up his bathrobe that he was wearing when he first answers the door. He takes it up with us in the thing, and then he straightens out a blanket. But he doesn't do anything with the sheets. It's not like the sheets are like, skip forward a couple seconds if you don't hear
ruffled.
This, cum splattered. They're not like disgusting, right? He just like sort of folds the blanket.
What I noticed this time on a very similar note is I always thought that her face was disheveled.
Just her hair a little bit.
No, she has a large thing in like the crook of her mouth, and I always thought that it was like that she is like a dirty streetwalker, and this was like herpes on her face.
Oh, but it's just the actress, you think?
I think it's just there was a lot of sloppiness happening.
Got it.
Her lip gloss stick spread a little bit.
Okay, so there's no music in this minute. There's Major Boswell does say "domo arigato," even though the subtitle thing just says speaks Japanese.
Okay.
And the script site that I get it from just says speaks Japanese. He's wearing a gray t-shirt that says Navy on it. She's wearing like a pink or purple dress that's sleeveless, and she's got like a white coat that she puts on. Before I go into her, what did you notice in this minute?
So I could read 2 books on his desk. There's a ton of books everywhere. Mm-hmm. But the books that I noticed, the one I could definitively figure out was Straight Stuff, The Reporters, The White House, and the Truth. That was interesting.
That's such a book for a military guy to have. A
military guy, yes, obviously. One of my favorite iced tea in the world is in this shot. Itoen Oi Ocha. I used to drink a liter of this a day in Japan.
Is it just pure sugar or is it unsweetened?
Unsweetened, just green tea iced tea. They sell bags of it at Costco and stuff too. You couldn't get it in America for a while, but it's really fucking good. If you like green tea, it has it's a little bit different flavor, but it's excellent. I used to buy so much of that. They actually have a strong too. You can get them at Asian stores. Very, very good. And then he has like 2 weird sports trophies that are like on the desk too. Oh, did you figure out what the second book was?
Yeah, I'll when I get there in a second. Yes, but yes. Or like we talk about it now. So
No, talk
Wally
about it now.
Lamb is an author that was very, very big, who I've never read, but past guests of the show, Jordan, Paul, and Clark, I think either read one or two of his books, loved them, had me buy them. I never read them. He wrote a book called She's Come Undone, and also I Know This Much Is True, which I think I know this much is true. I know this to be true. I Know This Much Is True. I Know This Much Is True became an HBO thing.
Did they make a show of it? Or did they just like buy the property?
It's a huge book. It became a show, a 6-episode limited series TV adaptation with Mark Ruffalo.
Interesting.
That came out during COVID. I think it's super depressing. It's twins. One guy's paranoid schizophrenic. I don't know. It's like super fucking bleak. But this is a book that like everyone had. So like I recognize that's fine because I don't know if I still have it, but like there's a chance that like I have it up there somewhere.
Makes sense. Awesome. Thank you for the alley-oop there, bud. I could figure out the...
I mean, you got the author name, so that's all I need to say, yeah.
That's pretty much it. Like, there's a lot of stuff in the apartment. I wrote down a bunch of other stuff, but it's not very interesting, so that's it.
I warned you. I was like, there's a lot going on here, but I guess it's dark. It's not really...
It's books. It's a lot of books, and, like, I can't read the spines of all of them. So, like, I did pause a ton. I tried to read them, and, like, some of them are just way too small. There's, like, a bunch of magazines in places. Like, I can't get that.
So here's the only thing that I could really... Because, again, there's not much for me here. So I looked up Yoko Maki, who plays Woman at Boswell's apartment. She was born Yoko Kanamori in Inzai, Chiba, Japan in October of 82. So she's, like, 23, 24 here.
Okay.
So younger than Sean.
Oh, yeah, true. Oh, I forgot. Oh, God.
So she began acting in 2001. Later that year, in her second movie, apparently according to the internet, she got her big break in a thing called The Princess Blade, which is a reimagining of Lady Snowblood. So she's not Lady Snowblood. We covered that in the Tokyo Drift Lab.
And that was much earlier than she existing, but yes.
Correct. Yes, she is like seventh billed in this reimagining of whatever. She's best known on IMDb for 2 movies by Koro Eda, who's like a huge, like a very... film nerd guy, Like Father, Like Son, and After the Storm. I don't know if she's prominent in either of those. She's also in the American remake of The Grudge with Sarah Michelle Gellar. So she's in that. She's also in The Ravine of Goodbye, which is a movie I don't know by a director I don't know. She married an actor in 2008, had a kid in 2009. They got divorced in 2015. The only real notable thing on her IMDb is that her bio, unlike fan favorite Diogo, is like just somebody named Fudkicker Malloy, Fudkicker _ Malloy, wrote her bio. It's very recappy. It's just like, she did this, and then she did this, and then she did this. But at the end, and also does not mention this movie. So, like, to Fudkicker Malloy, the only thing we care about this woman in doesn't even register for this guy.
Yes.
But he says, quote, an avid film fan herself, Maki enjoys watching films in her spare time, as well as keeping active in track and field sports and wire action. And he also adds,
wire action?
Don't know. And she, quote, has a bright, promising future ahead of her, which I will say, maybe in Japan, not here, though.
Is wire action like the Japanese tie you up bondage thing?
I don't know.
I have no idea what wire action is.
But that's Yoko Maki.
Well, welcome to the family, Yoko.
It would be fun, again, I don't know if this woman speaks English. Probably not. Maybe not. Who knows? If we also interviewed her, like we interviewed everybody around Major Boswell, be like, what day do you think you left the apartment?
Yes. Never talk to Sean.
No.
Never talk to the dad.
Nope. Believe women.
We should call the taxi driver. Be like, what day did you drop Sean off?
What day did you pawn that guitar?
Yeah.
So did you come up? You said you were going to come up with a new argument for the 7th. Do you have anything new for this or no?
Absolutely not. I'm so fucking tapped out on it.
So we need a title for this minute, and we need a name or a question for this minute. I didn't have a question that comes up. I guess we could say, like, I don't know.
I think question is a really hard ask in this minute. I agree with you. I think that it's like...
So we could skip it. We could theoretically skip it.
I think we might have to. My title...
Which Wally Lamb book is found on Major Boswell's shelf?
Yeah.
Oh, I also do want to... Hold on. I do want to read a comment that Randy left on the last episode.
Oh, please.
I don't know if he said this in the Discord. This is, later from the mailbag. He says, Major Boswell, ? Brian Zad's in the U.S. Navy, which has no majors, and even the equivalent of a major in the Navy is a lieutenant commander. Mr. Boswell's wearing the stripes of a lieutenant, which, to be fair, he seems far too old to still be just a lieutenant in the Navy. So I like that Randy's like, this movie can't even get this goddamn shit right. Like, I can't even name him right.
Yeah. But, I mean, I understand that there's a lot of military nerdism things that, like,
yes.
I'm sure we all civilians get wrong all the time. but that one seems pretty glaring. Thank you, Randy, for pointing it out to us. Seriously.
Okay. So no question.
I was thinking minute could be straight stuff all over the place, because that's the title of the book that I could read, and we can like do like a little nod to it there.
Wait.
Straight. That's why I said straight stuff all over the place, like that. You know what I mean? Like the title of the book, not the.
What if we do though? Because I like
what?
Bathrobes, rumpled blankets, books all over the place. Like we're
Is
just
the question.
No. It just says the name of the minute. Like naming Sean's dad's apartment.
Oh, it should be a hooker leaving, bathrobes, rumpled blankets, books all over the place. That's yes. Okay, good. We got there. Good job. Yes. It needs to be 3 things though. The list needs one more. You need to add one more. Like that's what I was saying. Oh yeah, this is good. Okay, good. That
so
made me
minute
really happy.
15, which has no question. A hooker leaving, balled up bathrobes, rumpled blankets, books all over the place.
Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, good. Way more fun. We got there eventually. Thank you for that, brother.
Okay.
Fun.
Anything else to say in this minute?
No.
Okay.
No. I was so excited. I thought we were going to get like a bunch of like fun stuff, and there's really like it's just like there's like a lot of toiletries, but like okay, like I don't know, you know what I mean? Like we don't like actually like look at anything in the apartment. We just
it's
like
apartment stuff.
Yeah, but like a really tiny one for like an old dude. So it's like, what is it? Military books and fucking hookers. I don't know what to tell you. Like beers. Like there's a couple beers that are open.
Yeah.
Sure.
I do want to remind people, pivoting away from the minute now, polling is still open. If you want to go to cageclub.me/vote, you can vote in the Too Fast, Too Forever Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah. I voted.
Do that, please. So go to cageclub.me/vote and vote for the Hall of Fame. We're getting a couple like every day. So like people are still out there voting. If you want to vote again, you can. We are going to announce the winners on the Festivus episode in a couple of weeks. So full transparency, we're recording the Festivus special on June. Wait, when is Festivus?
13/27.
No. The 25th? The 22nd. I'm doubting myself now. June 22nd is Festivus. We are recording the Festivus episode on June 18th. So you have until June 18th at around 5 Eastern to vote.
Yes.
At which time you will no longer be able to vote. cageclub.me/vote for the Festivus special Too Fast, Too Forever Hall of Fame. Please get your votes in. Thank you.
Yes, please. Thank you.
But Joe, on the streets, news about the Fast and Furious. I have a bunch of things. Is there anything that you have seen?
No.
So we talked about this briefly with Alex last week, but we have Prime's #1 new show is called Motorheads. And I thought about this, and I didn't say in the episode, should have been called Motor Mouths.
100%. Yep.
Missed opportunity to buy Amazon Prime.
Yes, agreed.
A lot of people on YouTube would have watched it.
SEO would have went through the roof.
Mm-hmm. So I got 5 other things, which seems crazy to me. I don't know. I don't think they're actually about Fast and Furious. One might be that I stole from Rocket today, but okay. #1. Dwayne Johnson is reteaming with A24 on psychological thriller Breakthrough. So later this year, The Smashing Machine is coming out.
Yeah. Which we saw the trailer for.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dwayne Johnson looking to get back in business with the studio. Sources tell Deadline has come aboard to co-star in Breakthrough, a psychological thriller penned by up-and-comer Zeke Goodman. Follows an alienated young man who comes under the influence of a motivational guru, I'm assuming that's going to be The Rock, whose intoxicating charm masks his morally questionable methods of manipulation and his own concealed darkness. We're told Johnson will play the supporting role of the guru, casting still underway for the lead role and other supporting parts.
Do we think that The Rock joining up with A24 is more damning to The Rock or more damning to A24?
How so?
Who is hitting the end of the line? Because one of them is. He's punching down, they're punching up. What levy is going to break?
Oh, I don't think it's that. I think it is he needs a win. I think
so too. But I'm saying but for them to take The Rock also feels kind of like out of the realm of eight. Well, maybe not. They had a bunch of star people that were on that. But it's it's a weird thing. I would never have thought I would be The Rock is too big to kind of do an A24 movie,
also,
and he
A24
never really
makes so many movies now. They make so many movies.
I know, understood.
So I think it's more. I think them doing a Safdie movie makes all the sense in the world because they did Uncut Gems. And I think him just sticking around, I think he just probably he probably had a good experience making the Smashing Machine and was probably like, hey, I'm getting buzz for this. Like, even though it's not out yet, people seem to like this. I could use some ego boost. It is funny, though, to me, for him to play a charming, manipulative guru full of shit.
Yeah.
Feels pretty good.
I'll watch both of these movies. The premises sound good. I'm about it. I'm just saying it feels weird that The Rock is like, I'm like the A24 guy now. That feels like it's like your reclaim, right? Like, you need to, like, you like fall from grace somehow. You go back to A24. You shoot like a couple like decent movies, and they're like, okay, we can give you like a real movie.
Now we'll greenlight Hobbs and Shaw 2.
Yeah, essentially, right? Because like it's just like the pattern that I've seen with like actors that do that. So it's just an interesting thought. Like, I don't know if it, and A24 was like the underground. I mean, it's not. I get it, guys, but like it was like the baby of.
It was
the
indie
studio
darling,
house.
yeah.
It was the indie darling, and you're like, oh, so now you just make movies with The Rock? Like, okay, cool. Like that doesn't make any sense either. He's fucking Hobbs and Rampage and this shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it says more about what he wants than what they. I think they're just making movies.
Okay, cool, fair enough.
Next thing, Minecraft. This is an interesting way to frame this. I guess Minecraft's also huge, but Minecraft's Jason Momoa and wrestler Roman Reigns tapped for Street Fighter roles.
That would be fun. That would be really fun.
So according to Deadline, Momoa, they're in talks for Legendary's Street Fighter. So Andrew Koji, Jason Momoa, Noah Centineo, and Roman Reigns. So Noah Centineo from...
That title should just been Fast and the Furious stars, Roman Reigns and Jason Momoa.
I think it just shows that, number one, out of the consciousness. Number two, no one talks about Hobbs and Shaw.
No.
But yes, they're Momoa. It's unclear who they're going to play.
It'll be fun, though. I'll watch it. If there's a new Street Fighter, I'll watch it.
So that's cool. I mean, I guess there's been they rebooted Mortal Kombat. Maybe that's what they're trying to do. But I guess there has not been a Street Fighter movie really since the
Are they ever
going to
make another Mortal Kombat? We watched it drunk, and it was pretty fun.
Yes,
it was pretty fun, right?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, it wasn't.
It wasn't like great, but it was fun.
It was loyal to the games in a way that really made me happy.
Oh, good.
So I just thought it was interesting. Minecraft's Jason Momoa again. Biggest movie in the world. Best movie I've ever seen in theaters.
Chicken Jockey. I laugh every time.
So this is a movie coming out soon that we are going to cover. But F1 coming out soon, starring Brad Pitt.
Yes. Yeah.
Joseph Kosinski, who
and anybody that guessed that as the movie that I would have picked, we were probably going to cover that anyways, guys. Yeah. Easy, low hanging fruit. It's better than that. God.
I will also remind people. I said this in the Discord today. We're doing next week's episode, which I'm not going to announce on this. We're not going to say what it is. Next week's episode is. This is also a huge hint.
No, I don't even want to tell them that, but go ahead.
No, I'm just saying next week's episode is your episode.
Is my thank you.
Stop. But I think that's
just period. That's the hint.
If you guess what we're doing and why,
it doesn't need to be the title of the movie. Just what we're doing and why.
I also think it's too soon now. I think it's I think we are too close. I think there's enough. It's too many clues.
Okay.
F1, which we're not doing next week, directed by Joseph Kosinski, who did Top Gun Maverick. He also did Oblivion with Tom Cruise. He also did Tron Legacy, not the new Tron Ares, but...
Have you seen the reviews of this by the F1 driver? Do you know this story?
No, are they thrashing it?
The F1 drivers, before the Monaco Grand Prix, got a pre-screening of the movie. Max Verstappen skipped. They asked him why. He was like, it's a Wednesday night. Why do I want to go do that? so that was
late if I'm watching F1.
Well, I mean, he's a new dad, so he was just like, I have better stuff to do. That's my day off. So he doesn't watch it. The reviews when it came out were like, that would be a really good movie if you knew nothing about how F1 works. Like,
so these are direct, okay.
From like the drivers, and they were like, we get what they were trying to do, but that was a movie, and like there was like a lot of like those quotes, like directly from the drivers coming out. They're like, "What did you think of the movie?" And they're like, "That would be great if you don't know anything about F1," and like shit like that. So the drivers said it was a film that they have seen, even though that they're like in it. So yeah.
Well, we'll cover it. Not next week. We'll cover it.
Yeah.
So Joseph Kosinski, who directed Top Gun Maverick, said Tom Cruise, instead of Brad Pitt, would have, quote, been scaring us more. Tom, quote, terrifies me, and, quote, we'd have had a crash.
Oh, because he would have wanted to drive fast, and like he meant like literally physically in the car at the time.
So apparently GQ was profiling him as prep for this movie, as promotion for the movie, and they said, well, what if Tom Cruise was the star? And he says, Tom always pushes it to the limit, but at the same time is super capable and very skilled. They both have a natural talent for driving, but yeah, I could see Tom maybe scaring us a little bit more. We'd have had a crash. Tom pushes to the limit. I mean, really to the limit. That terrifies me. I mean, I've done loads of Mission Impossibles with Tom. He did? Oh, this is a action vehicle supervisor. This is Graham Kelly saying.
Okay.
And it's the most stressful experience for someone like me building cars for him, doing stunts with him. Whereas Brad listens and knows his abilities, and I think he'd be the first to say, yeah, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, Tom would be like, no, I'm gonna race.
I can do it.
Yeah.
I can do it. Let me do it.
He probably would.
He probably would, and probably be okay, but probably wreck the car and maybe hurt himself. But sure.
Rocket tweeted today a thing from productionlist.com, or I guess it was last night. He says, guys, check this out. This website, Production List, a job listing site for the film industry, has Fast 10 Part 2 starting filming on July 7th, which is just over a month away. This is updated on May 27th. You can't see much else if you're not a member, but you can see some cast and crew.
And I remember I was reading this conversation like a couple days ago or something like that, and Randy was like, this is a really good sign. Like, if this is up and they're, like, doing this, that means they're ready to start shooting.
We'll see. July 7th. You can shoot and edit a movie in 11 months.
You can. Yeah. I think so, too.
I think with the CGI. So we'll see. Especially if they don't have money to make it big.
Exactly.
The last one here. I didn't read until just now who it is. But from Screen Rant, everybody's least favorite website. There's one Fast and Furious character I don't think the movie's ever needed.
Who is it?
Who do you think it is?
It's going to say Mia. They're going to say Mia.
It's close. It's a girl. Ramsey. It says Ramsey doesn't add anything new to the Fast team. Ramsey and Tej have the same role.
They kind of have a point, but I mean, like, we barely have any women at all to begin with.
It says Ramsey is someone they could have used to fix an ongoing issue in that death has lost its meaning.
So this person wants to kill Ramsey off the rip. Okay, good. Let's do it. Let's kill the other woman.
It's like, well, we know about like women in refrigerators or blah, 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 but like, maybe we could have killed her and like kept her dead. It's like, well, you guys.
We killed Letty for a couple movies. Jordana Brewster's babysitting. We bring in a new woman.
Yep.
And you're like, you know what we need to do? Kill her.
Kill her.
Just get rid of it.
Instead of giving her a skill set that's not also Tej's skill set, or adapting Tej to be hers, kill her.
Just kill her. We don't need it. We need the men to feel grief about something, to have something to work forward to get to the end of the goal.
That's all the news that I have. I was just like, come on, guys. What are we doing here? But a reminder, again, cageclub.me/vote. Vote for the Too Fast, Too Forever Hall of Fame.
Yeah, please.
Joe, it's time to run the Vin.
I'm so excited. What have we missed? It's been a while.
We have, I believe, 8 posts. Yes.
Beautiful. Let's go. If there's a video, they might have given him his phone back. Okay, let's see where we're at, Dom.
The first one I teased because I was so excited with the words he used. This is pictures. And it's a slideshow.
Okay.
Mia Toretto, in so many ways, has been the heart of the franchise. ... I was like, he took Nico's heart of the race. Like, he took
heart of the race. He really absolutely stole it. Okay.
So when we finally got to introduce the matriarch of the Torettos, Erin apostrophe there, both on and off screen, something special happened. The family history deepened. A connection as real as it was magical. Blessed to work with people I love. ... At Jordana Brewster, at the Rita Moreno. And Jordana says, only at the Rita Moreno could fill those Toretto shoes. There's a picture of them at the table in Fast 10.
Yes.
Her talking to it's just
yes.
It's just a bunch of screenshots from the one scene that Rita Moreno was in.
It is. Yeah.
It's funny, like, this tells me that she did not stick around. There's no like her hugging Dom at the end of or Vin at the end of the day. She's like, when's my call time? 8:00. I'll be there.
No, I don't think that. I don't think that at all. I think that it's just like Dom's like, I can't get those pictures immediately on my phone to make this Instagram post. I must post right now while I'm in Bear Country. And these were the screenshots that he could just like have emailed his assistant and been like, get me pictures of me and Rita Moreno now. And they're like, okay. Like, I'm not tracking down the photographer that has the other ones. Like, they're in a folder
I'm not gonna
somewhere.
text my assistant to have me. I need to post this right now. I will also say this is an update for something we were talking about between episodes. You told me about a s'mores hack, which is Reese's cup covered in fluff, toasted.
Yeah.
I sent it to Margaret. She just said, "Holy shit."
Okay, good.
Okay.
I was pitching sugar porn to Joey in between the things, but yes, go ahead.
Next post. Just the shirtless Vin Diesel from the shoulders up. Grateful and blessed. ...
Grateful and blessed.
So like this Fast and Furious one got 700,000 likes almost. This got 300,000. It's just like there's nothing. Like that's what I don't understand about celebrities.
What?
Like what are you saying? Are you just like checking in?
I don't know. Why does Steve that you went to high school with post dumb shit like this too?
He's just a guy. Like Vin has things to promote.
Does he?
Well,
it's like, is there anything getting made at Universal right now for Vin? Maybe
he's got things to try to angle for.
He got things to try to angle for. That's true. But I'm saying like that's just typical. Hey man, I was looking good. Look at the lighting on my face.
Do you think he took? Is this a selfie or did somebody take this picture? I'm trying to look in the reflection if I can see his arm, and I can't see the arm. But he also it might be a selfie.
I don't know. I just imagine all these people have people that walk around just take pictures of them all day.
Huh?
Yeah.
I didn't read it, but there was an article that I came across where this like bride who's an influencer posted like 30 TikToks on her wedding day, and then she wrote an article, or she did a TikTok that was then became an article or whatever about like how she did it. And she like had mapped out the entire day with her assistant who went around taking pictures and posting of like what they were going to shoot and what she was going to be wearing and what the caption was going to be and when they were going to post it. It's like, here, so I posted 30 TikToks on my wedding day. It's just like,
this is the lamest shit I've ever heard in my fucking
girl, just
life.
be present on your wedding day.
But then how do I know people liked it? God,
anyway.
I hate people. I hope that there's an apocalypse soon. Thank you for reminding me that. Thank you.
Next one.
Okay.
Michelle taking a selfie of the two of them. From Malibu to the Middle East, ... always, ride or die. 800,000 likes. Like, see,
Excelsior.
When you
felt
post
the way
about...
you read it felt like an Excelsior at the end, which I really liked. Also, why this happens a lot. Why did Vin let Michelle, who I'm guessing has much shorter arms than him,
because if he takes the picture, he can't have both hands on her.
Yeah, I guess.
This is also on set because there's a camera rig behind them.
Yeah.
He's got right hand firmly like spread real wide.
But this could be on set of the Haagen-Dazs commercial because he loves his old pictures. So like,
he loves music.
Yeah.
Next one. It's also black and white.
Yeah.
So it's not the selfie she took. It's a person taking a picture.
It's a photographer taking a picture of her taking a selfie with Dom.
On set in front of another camera.
Yes, yeah.
Next one. Cody? Yep. Here's to all who continue to support and promote the car culture, ... We see you. True fans, you're a special breed.
Okay,
and it's him and Cody Walker at a racetrack somewhere.
Texas Motor Speedway, was that like IndyCar? What day was this? 23rd.
There's nobody in the crowd, so it's not like a race day.
You're right. Who's this person? Do you see this person waving in the background in between them?
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Somebody was like, hey, I'm in the shot.
Also, remember we were talking about, what was the thing that we saw a couple Instagrams ago where it was the shirt where we're like, you can't do that.
What?
Oh, the Gape for Paul.
Gape for Paul, yeah, Gape for Paul shirt.
G4P3. Like this, his shirt says like fuel something. It just looks like fuck life to me.
I so read fuck life too, brother. It's Godzilla kind of on Fuel Fed.
It's Fuel Fest. It's Fuel Fest again. Like you can see it like here. I don't know if you can see that, but like it's Fuel Fest. Hashtag Fuel Fest.
Okay, I see it. Yeah.
And his hat says Liquid.
That's the what do they make? They make like oil or something.
Liquid?
Yeah.
Motor oils, additives, and car care from Liquid Moly.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. This has a million. Like people love Paul more than love Vin. I think. Maybe because he died. I don't know.
No, I think they like collabs is what it is. We're in the world of collabs. So like if you get like a close to Paul Walker and a Vin Diesel, then you're like, oh yeah, this goes hard.
Fuel Fest. Fire.
Did we figure out what it was? Is that the thing were they at Fuel Fest or were they at Fuel Fest, which is like Paul Walker's?
All the action, all the time.
Yeah.
Get your tickets. It's a traveling event sponsored by Liquid Moly.
Charity. Yeah.
Well, I think that they're doing. Oh, it's Reach Out Worldwide. It's Paul Walker's.
That's what I said. That's what I thought. Yeah.
Okay.
It's Paul Walker's like charity event tour. Okay, so he was at that, which makes sense. That's why there's nobody there. They're at Texas Motor Speedway. They are at Fuel Fest. Okay.
Next picture.
Okay.
Slideshow again.
Oh God, there's a long post. Let's see what we got here. Let's unpack it.
While I travel between coasts, ... often getting the best writing done up in Bear Country, ...
Back to Bear Country. Okay.
I often hear from friends who are traveling, many of whom are enjoying the European ambiance.
Over the weekend, I heard from one of my favorite people on the planet, period. Helen Mirren. I thought that was a comma, but it's a period. On the planet,
it's not.
Period. Helen Mirren, ... That auntie you love to talk to, who has seen everything and always has an outlook on life based on experience, wisdom, and compassion. It's interesting how fitting the character she portrays in our saga is... We wanted a European matriarch to expand our universe, someone uniquely independent and raw, who witnessed brotherhood and its complexities as the mother of the Shaw brothers. Where the fuck is Hattie? Mention Hattie.
No, she doesn't. Well, he didn't do that one, so.
Vanessa Kirby also pregnant again, so shout out to Vanessa Kirby.
Shout out to Vanessa Kirby.
Maybe pregnant for the first time. I don't know. She's pregnant.
Oh, cool.
Her synchronicity with the Dom character is something the audience gravitates to time and time again. It was her, after all, who came up with the line, "You're my favorite Yankee." Ha ha.
Ha. You're my favorite Yankees is good.
I am blessed that she is part of our mythology... But even more grateful that she is part of my family off-screen. All love. And the top comment says, "Bro, you scared me for a second posting a black and white picture in the first slide itself. I thought she passed away." This is, I think, probably in Fast 10, right? When she drives away.
Yeah.
And then them. That's a really cute picture.
I really think that Helen Mirren probably loves Vin Diesel.
I also don't know that this is very... I mean, she's an older lady, but like this is not a very flattering picture for her.
Not at all.
It's them from behind, arm in arm behind each other. This is them overlooking the city of Rome.
Yes, yeah.
On set. Them at the premiere. Much better picture of her.
Much better picture of her. She looks excellent there.
And then, again, arm in arm behind on set somewhere.
Yeah.
Next picture. Like asking a parent who's their favorite child, ... Haha.
Well, that's not... Well, I mean, maybe for Vin, but not for Dom. Are you in character or not, bud? Irwindale Speedway.
But this is just like... Isn't it just two Chargers or no? Or two Chevys?
That's... One's a Charger and one's a Camaro, I think.
Next picture. Got two more.
Man,
Video.
Great day on the Universal lot. Great seeing that photo.
What? What was that? Little accent?
Photo.
Por supuesto.
Well, yeah, it's a...
Peru,
Dom said it.
Por supuesto. Pa mi gente. All right, guys. All right.
I know, he's talking to the guys who speak Spanish.
Yeah, but he said photo. To them.
He's multifacial.
Peru. These guys are great, man. Anyway, I just got out of a meeting. An incredible meeting. What people have scheduled for you guys for the 25th anniversary is mind-blowing. Just absolutely mind-blowing. Oh, by the way, someone sent to me that people are making a comparison between Fast and Furious and Mission Impossible. Guys,
we did that.
Do you really have to compare everything?
Yeah.
What you should really look at is congratulate Tom Cruise and that whole team on the success.
Good move.
More importantly, congratulate them on the fact that they are fighting the good fight.
I have
cinema,
thoughts here.
For
Okay.
theaters. There's not a lot of us left. They're fighting the good fight to maintain that theatrical experience, which I believe is just so critical to the human psyche. I think that there's so much great value in that theatrical experience. So hats off.
Great value theatrical experience.
The whole Mission Impossible team for bringing you back to theaters, along with all of the other studio successes of late. By the way, just on a Tom Cruise note, I remember back in 2003, I had just come out with XXX1, and I'll never forget, he sent me a letter.
What?
Congratulating me on the success of XXX, and I always thought that was a really cool gesture. When somebody that has been so acclaimed reaches out and encourages and sends a letter of encouragement or a letter of appreciation, that means a lot. It goes a long way. So right back at you, Tom. Keep crushing it. What you're doing with Mission Impossible, what you're doing with Top Gun, only helps the theatrical experience, one that we're all trying to protect.
I have thoughts too. You get yours out first.
So, number one, when he says, I see a lot of people out there comparing Fast and Furious to Mission Impossible. We have to compare everything. I think in his world, the comments he sees, people are like, Mission Impossible ain't got nothing on Fast and Furious. Because he's basically saying, don't be mean to them. We can love both of us.
Oh, okay. Because you're right, because the algo is going to feed him ego.
The algo ego. I also wrote down as the title of the episode, as you noted, Great Value Theatrical Experience.
I think you should do ellipses on both sides.
Okay.
So we're clearly taking it out of context, but we just spent so much time covering a movie for the for a patron pick, and we used the word great value 50,000 times in that. So for him,
which will be out at the end of the month, yeah.
Yeah, so to take it out of context here, great value theatrical experience is great. I have a question for you, Joey.
I have one more story, but yes, what's your question?
Tell me your story first.
There's a movie theater in North Jersey-ish somewhere that when they did that Nicolas Cage Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, that movie where he plays himself and Pedro Pascal's a super fan who like is in love with him or whatever, they emailed me and Mike and were like, hey, we're having an early premiere. We'd love to have you guys come. And we're like, cool. Do we get tickets? And they're like, no, you have to buy the tickets. We want you to come. We're like, all right, whatever. So like we just bought movie tickets, but like it was cool. Like they invited whatever, but it was still like, but like it's an independent theater in North Jersey somewhere. But as Cage Club, I follow them on Instagram, and I open up Instagram as Cage Club to post something, recently. And they were at the Mission Impossible Final Reckoning premiere in some city, Toronto or something, I don't know.
Sure.
And they were talking to Tom Cruise, and it wasn't like the interview. They're like, hey, I just want to let you know that like the two of us and our partner up there on the balcony, we all own independent movie theaters, and we love how much how you champion going to see movies in theaters.
Cool.
And again, I love him. I know that there's a lot of things to not love about him or whatever, but he genuinely seemed so thrilled that these three people were like, no, we're trying to fight the fight. So like when Vin here is talking about like Tom Cruise, like thank you for fighting the fight. Like I think
he is the president of movies.
But Tom Cruise
is the president of movies.
Really cares about that.
Yeah, just throwing popcorn in your mouth like they're dice on the craps table.
And I thought it was very sweet to have Tom Cruise, like the biggest movie star in the world, still around. Just like three people he will never see again, just like genuinely like, thank you for doing what you're doing. Anyway.
Yeah.
Question.
What do you think the conversations are like when somebody sees Vin Diesel pull up to the Universal lot? Because I have a feeling he goes in there for surprise meetings to just bother them. Like, is he like on the list of the security guys that they're like, let Vin through, but like you gotta hold him up for a minute and give us a call? Like, is there a Vin button in the security desk at the parking lot of the Universal lot?
I also do think if there is a Vin button, it also applies to probably like 15 other stars. You know what I mean? It's just like we're focused on the Vin of it.
No. But I'm saying no. But the Vin button is not good. It's just like a warning that goes off.
I know what you're saying, but I'm saying that there's probably a lot of other people that like we're just not like obsessively following.
True. But like, doesn't it kind of seem like he's going there to harass them at this point?
Well, my thought in this video, and again, it's mean, is when he says photo to those guys, what are the odds that they want to take a picture? He's like, hold on, I'm gonna record a thing.
You think they're plants?
Asking like 10 seconds. Like, I think that they might actually want a photo with him, but
no, I think that was real. I don't think that was fake. I do think there's a possibility that Vin just walks around the Universal lot shooting Instagram videos and doesn't actually have meetings. I think that's more real in my head, that he's just going there just shooting outside, and they're like, God damn it, we do have to make that Fast and the Furious movie, don't we? They're like, oh, fuck, Vin's out here again. Like, they're going to start harassing us soon.
Why, if they're not plants, would you start filming a selfie video for Instagram, and 3 seconds in, they bombard you with requests? Why do you not stop the recording and start it over again?
I think that's old man energy. Like, that doesn't bother me. There's probably like a stay behind this line. You're not allowed. Like, and he came out of the doors. He's like, let me get my Instagram going. And he spent 3 minutes lining it up. And then like they're waiting for him to walk by, knowing that he has to come out that way. And then like he runs into them.
Okay.
I give him the benefit of the doubt on that one. I don't think the Hispanic guys asking for a picture were a plant.
Photo in Peru. Again, I'm not making fun of them. I'm making fun of Vin.
Vin's pronunciation
apparently
of
making
photo
fun of them or something.
No, he was just he's a citizen of the world. He's just using their dialect.
Do I think there's a Vin Diesel panic button? What do you think? Like, who gets alerted when the panic button gets hit?
The receptionist at the desk of wherever he's trying to get to. Like, that lady gets the like alert, and she like runs into the office, and she's like, Vin's on his way, and they're like, shit. And he like that guy. They're like, we have like we clocked it. We have 2.5 minutes until he makes it up this elevator. Like, you have to go high.
Well, I also think that there's a real chance that, like, in 2.5 minutes or whatever, it's like he might see 4 people and have a 10-minute conversation with each. So you have between 2.5 and 45 minutes until Vin Diesel is at your desk.
Yeah.
I think that there's probably a lot of people like that are just like, he's here, just letting you know.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a button as much as like the security guard might just like, hey, Linda, Vin's on the way up. Or, you know.
Yeah. Hey, just
Tango's
let
on the
you
way
know,
up or whatever, yeah.
We didn't know Vin was going to be here today.
Yep.
Do you think Vin pops into the Universal? Do you think this was a meeting that was scheduled, or do you think that he just showed up and said, tell me what the fuck's going on?
I don't know, man. I think he's just always around.
But he's always in bear country. How does he have the time?
Well, I think he's either bear country or on set. I think either
or harassing
like,
Universal.
Yeah, he's either like because he's like, look, either we're gonna have a meeting or I'm gonna be there either way. You can have a meeting or not.
Yeah. Like threateningly outside. That's what I'm saying.
The last one, I believe, because it's from 3 days ago. This is also from 3 days ago.
Oh.
Aunque digan que soy un bandolero. ... Though they say I am, comma, a bandit. ... Or un bandolero.
So he's still trying to pitch Dos
he's still trying to pitch Dos Bandoleros. Mm-hmm.
Dos Bandoleros, yeah.
Not happening though. Maybe.
Well, he said, oh God, I want to know what he was like that meeting for the 25th. So he has a timeline in his head. Vin wants us to come out for the 25th anniversary.
Okay.
So that means next year.
Give me. Yes,
What?
that means next year. Give me. I don't know the Vegas odds like the plus 100, minus 100 things like that. But give me like betting odds like 2-1, 4-1, whatever.
It's the same thing, but sure, yeah.
Well, my brain
Go ahead. I'll
understands
figure it out
one,
for
not the
you.
other
Yep.
one. Give me the odds that of the next movie. Number one. Okay, there's gonna be 4 options. Number 1 is Dos Bandoleros.
Okay.
Number 2 is Fast 10 Part 2.
Okay.
Number 3 is any other movie. Number
Okay.
4 is There Is No Movie.
Okay.
What are the odds of each of those being the next thing? Dos Bandoleros.
Dos
Fast 10 Part
Bandoleros.
2.
Dos Bandoleros has like half odds, maybe.
Is that good or is that not good? What does that mean?
That's what I was gonna say. Like that's like a 5-1.
Okay.
Like, okay.
Not a crazy long shot, but not like not a sure thing.
Yeah. I would say like Fast 10 would be even money.
Just
like
that. Yeah, you're not okay.
Yeah, you're just like bet 10 to win 10. Like that's the one that should come out. What did you say? Anything else?
Any other Fast and Furious movie, like a Hobbs movie.
I would give that like 100-1. And no movie, I would give like a 30-1.
So you're reasonably confident we're going to get a Fast 10 Part 2.
Yes. Yeah. I think they have to.
Okay.
I think Dos Bandoleros coming out before it or even existing is maybe a little bit longer. But this is also like, there's a lot of semantics here. Like, do they let him do Dos Bandoleros and it's like before the DVD when it comes out versus like, is Dos Bandoleros a release in some other form? Is it going to be a YouTube short? You know what I mean? Like, there's like a lot of like layers to like what this could be. Do we think it's going to be a 13-minute movie that is like Los Bandoleros? Probably not.
I think, well, look, I think if there's a Dos Bandoleros, it's not feature length. It's under half an hour.
No, I said, but even to get to like the 13-minute movie part and where they release it is going to tell us a lot about what it is. Like, is it going to be like, oops, we have the Jurassic Park dinosaurs at the beginning of Fast 10 Part X? Like, you know what I mean? Is it going to be like you come in, it's a double feature?
Oh, no, I think it's a Peacock original.
You think it's a Peacock original?
I think so. I think that
that this is going to be possibly on the Fast and Furious YouTube channel. Maximum. And I think that the maximum time limit of it is going to be 7 minutes.
Man, that's so short. The fucking Haagen-Dazs commercial was like a minute. You know what I mean? Like to be like, no, you can do your own thing, but it's like 7 commercials.
Yeah, you get 7 minutes, and we're going to put it on YouTube, and that's
7 minutes
get.
in heaven.
I think there's a much better chance of that happening than it being a Peacock original in any fucking sense.
Well, I don't think Peacock or Universal is going to like promote it at all. Like, I think it's going to be like really like Vin and the Fast and Furious like channel. Like, I was just thinking about like where there is distribution, like where's a distribution channel, like people could actually see it. YouTube makes sense. I wasn't even thinking about the Fast and Furious because they are struggling for relevancy over there. Like they're just like, let's repost this like thing from the first movie, but now in 4K. It's like, well, we already have it in 4K. Like it's not like
yeah
whatever. YouTube makes sense. Peacock makes sense. I don't think it's ever going to make it will never be, I don't think, a prelude like the Fast and Furious, like the Jurassic Park thing, unless they did a 7-minute thing before another Universal thing, right? Like, it would never be before.
Oh, so we get Los Bandoleros opening
Jurassic
at the beginning
World
of the summer,
Rebirth
like
or whatever.
Memorial Day.
No, I don't even think it's, well, yeah, it would have to be that. Like,
Right?
I don't think,
that's
because
what I'm
like,
saying, timeline now wise.
because the Jurassic Park thing we saw before F9 was just like the first 6 minutes of that movie or whatever, right? So
Yeah.
like, this is like that but different. I don't think they would ever put that before Fast 10 Part 2, because then people would be like, well, it's the same. Like, it also just extends that runtime. But I think if you do like a short film, it's a way to get Fast fans who are not necessarily going to see Jurassic World, even though I think that movie's going to be good, who are not necessarily going to see that movie, to go see that movie, be like, oh, well, you get 6 minutes of Dom.
But they did the 6-minute runtime before our 2.5-hour movie runtime.
I know, but I don't think they're going to do it before the own thing, like, because you don't get anything from that. Like, you don't get any more eyes or buzz or whatever if you do Dos Bandoleros.
You get Vin to shut the fuck up about it, is what you get, is what I'm saying. So, like, which solution gets you him to shut the fuck up about it?
I think it's way more likely to see it before any other movie instead of Fast 10 Part 2. I think you're saying it's going to be on YouTube is the favorite. I think the second most likely is Peacock. I think the fact that if we ever
you
see
think that this comes out, see, that's what I'm saying. I had to cook into the odds that it does not exist. That they just tell Vin that they're going to give him this. The movie comes out. They let him put it at the beginning of the DVD when it comes out. That's what I think ultimately, like, what could happen. He's pitching that this is going to be promo for the movie. Yeah, I know what he's thinking.
I don't think we're ever going to see this in theaters. Agreed on that, right?
Agreed.
Like, it's never going to be in theaters. If it is in theaters, I think it's more likely to be before another movie instead of the Fast 10 Part 2 movie.
Fair.
It makes sense as a DVD extra. Or what they could do is they could re-release like a 10-film box set, money grab like that, before, like the same way that they did the turbocharged prelude before Too Fast by
and you
re-releasing
think it's an
the first
exclusive
movie.
on that. That would be the smartest move, Joe.
The issue is that nobody buys Blu-rays anymore. Like, nobody sells Blu-rays anymore. Like, Best Buy doesn't even sell Blu-rays anymore. You know what I mean? So they're done. They've been done for a year and a half now, I think.
Wow.
Or at least 6 months, if not a year and a half. I don't think people buy that. I think he would be equal parts excited and bummed if that was the outcome. I think it's just a thing you can stream on your computer, whether that's Peacock or YouTube. I think if this was 10 or 15 years ago, they would re-release a box set, or at least re-release Fast 10 with this as a bonus feature. Buy it, watch it before the thing.
And you get a ticket to Fast 10 Part 2 with the DVD booklet.
Correct.
That makes sense. That's.
But it just, like, that's not where we're at right now. And I love buying physical media more than anybody else I know, but, like, that's not where we're at.
Yeah. I think we ultimately, like, what's the thing that, like, you know, like when you hear these stories come out and they're like somebody important, they had to give him like fake, like, oh, fucking Mr. Tweet. Like, they gave him like a fake version of PayPal so they couldn't break it at night, so he could do coding. Yeah. Like, I think that they're gonna give Vin like a bunch of fake cameras, tell him that he shot Dos Bandoleros, and just like be like, we have it, we're editing it, and then just like not let him. Like, they're just gonna let him run around in the desert for a day. Be like, tell us what you want to do, and they're just gonna be like, okay, cool, shelf that forever. Shoot fucking Fast X now, so he shuts up, and then like, that's what I feel. I'm thinking about it from the perspective of like, if I was the guy with the purse, and was possibly getting warned that Vin was coming out to my office, because I bet that, like, I know he's charming, but like, I could probably see if I was like the boss, that I'd be like, can you just get him out of here? Like, I'm trying to fucking get Jurassic Park out, and he just wants to show up and bitch at me about this fucking 13-minute prelude movie that he has an idea for that goes before Fast X. Like, sure, whatever, I don't care. Just like, do whatever you need to do to get him to leave.
I think what we're learning on this episode is that I don't think it's believable, but I think it's very funny to imagine. You think almost the entire Universal set is a bunch of people who were only there to make Vin feel a little crazy, but like that he is.
No, not that at all. I think Vin shows up a little crazy. They're trying to do their jobs. He's trying to get involved, and they're shooing him away any way they can.
No, that's what I mean. Like that, like he's actually doing something, but they're just like, just please get rid of him. Like, from the security
they're just
guard
shuffling
to
him
people
around,
giving him fake cameras or whatever. Just like, please, just don't.
Because I think he's up there being like, look, I'm like Tom Cruise. I need to save the theaters. And they're like, you're not like Tom Cruise. Can you leave the office, please? Like, just go make the Fast and the Furious movie for the budget we gave you and shut up about it and come back with the movie and we'll make $1 billion. Okay, bud? Then you could shoot your 17-minute shits. Whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. Do that on your free time. But, like, we're not cooking. Okay, you're going to take the budget away from that? Like, no, I need that. I was having ideas about the okay, cool. Leave, please. I'm sorry. Like, again, I like Vin, but this is how I imagine these conversations go if you're like a business guy and this guy's coming up to you talking nonsense.
I do think that, like, if we ever run into Vin Diesel on a fake movie set, the first question we have to ask him is Dwayne Johnson interquel?
No, because I wouldn't even put he's 300 to 1 odds of being in the next thing that comes out of Fast and the Furious.
Although, in reply to the thing that Rocket posted, somebody said Dwayne's listed as a producer.
On what?
Fast 10 Part 2.
Interesting.
So he's not going to produce it and not be in it. So, like, he's in it.
Yeah, and Vin gave up a giant concession to let him be a producer on it. That's weird. Okay.
Unlike his sister, Samantha Vincent, PGA, first ever Fast producer, female, whatever.
Exactly.
We did not do This Ain't No 10-Second Race, aka Boy Do We Have a Podcast for You, on the episode with Alex, but we do have Goofs from Fate of the Furious to review. Are you ready for Goof Troop, Fate of the Furious?
Yes, please, sir.
Continuity. Boring. 2 of them. Boring as, like, a theme. Not necessarily these ones, but also probably. After Dom is captured / lured to the side of Cypher, there's basically no time Dom can make arrangement for him to meet up with Shaw's mother, as well as having the 2 ex-crew to cover up his meeting with Shaw's mother and knowing all the blind spots in the meetup alley. 57 up, 8 down.
Okay.
I think that is simply more proof of the ability we gave him in the Megalopolis episode where he can pause time.
Yes.
Time, stop.
I think so. I think so,
time.
too.
We're just like, well, I can stop time. I can, like, leave a note for Queenie. I can leave a note for whoever. I can figure out the blind spots, whatever. Done.
Yeah, exactly.
I kept this one because I think it's like the second or third. Like, again, I don't click more. I just see like the top 3, like whatever is previewed. This one is a 1 up, 7 down. No one likes this.
Okay.
I just think it's funny that West still cannot get his valid trivia or whatever on about Tokyo,
exactly.
about Twinkie, right?
Yeah.
Continuity number 2. The movie is set in the release year of 2017. A brand new Jeep Grand Cherokee is shown to have 1,870 miles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Thanks.
Continuity goof. Can you believe a car from that year drove 1,800 miles? Like, I don't even know. Does this guy think it's too many?
There's definitely, like, by the time that the model year comes out, there's somebody that has 1,800 miles on it. Cars come out, like, the year before. You know what I mean? So, like, 2017 is, like, the end of 2016. 1,800 miles is not a lot of miles.
No.
Okay.
Factual errors. There are 4 that I kept. This is usually pretty good, because these are the things that we don't necessarily know.
Yeah, true.
There is no way the Akula-class submarine, A-K-U-L-A, Akula class submarine, could have come remotely close to keeping up with the vehicles on the surface, let alone overtaking them. Even though the Akula was rated as one of the fastest submarines in the world during the Cold War, with a reported top speed of between 28 to 35 knots, which is 32 to 40 miles an hour, this would be far below what the cars and trucks were apparently doing speed-wise, even if the reported top speed was double what has been reported at 70 knots, 80 miles per hour.
Yes.
The part where the submarine broaches, parentheses, comes to the surface.
Breaches?
I think breaches, but he writes broaches.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's a guy because few women are this pedantic. It overtakes the vehicles while cutting through the ice is comical, as the Akula class's reported surface speed is 10 to 12 knots, 11 to 13 miles per hour. A knot is only a measurement of nautical mile per hour, which is equivalent to about 1.15 miles per hour. 73 up, 0 down.
We found the submarine, nerd. Thanks, bud.
It's like, okay.
That guy submarines.
It's like, dude, it's an action movie. What do you want?
That guy submarines.
Factual error number 2.
Okay.
The heat-seeking missile launched at Dom would have hit Dom in a matter of seconds. The slowest heat-seeking missile has a speed of Mach 2.5, which is a bit faster than a bullet. There's no way a car running on ice approximately 80 miles per hour would have outrun a missile coming at him at 1,900 miles per hour. 163 up, 4 down.
We found the missile, nerd. Thanks, that guy missiles. Okay, cool.
Don't worry, he's got a pal in the next one.
Okay, who's this guy?
Factual error number 3. An EMP weapon does not produce a shockwave. 91 up, 2 down.
Okay.
And finally, a submarine's propeller is made for propelling it through water, which, sure. Not air.
Thanks.
Activating the engine while the submarine is propped up on land will not cause it to move. 60 up, 2 down. I like that all these dudes, I'm assuming 4 different people, are just like, this scene makes no sense.
And we'll tell you why from the submarine's perspective.
Yep.
From the missile's perspective.
Yep. Incorrectly regarded as goofs, there were none. Revealing mistakes, which I find nerdy. When Hobbs is in a cell, he repeatedly hits the concrete wall with his fists. It moves. 35 up, 1 down.
Okay, cool.
I mean, he's just really strong.
He's really strong.
What do you want? And this one I like because there's a typo. With the whole team being wanted on Interpol top 11 list, all lowercase, it's impossible that Brian O'Connor didn't, D-I-N-T, know about this. 15 up, 41 down. With the whole team being wanted on Interpol top 11 list, it's impossible that Brian O'Connor didn't know about this. Which is probably fair, but people just like, guy, proofread.
Sure.
Miscellaneous, lowercase, when Vin jumps outside of his car at the end of the first race, the curb of the sidewalk and the hole of the sewer are very huge, as much as Vin.
What?
Parentheses, VFX fault. The sky in this and the next shot are VFX composition and are too blue and dark, isn't believable, ... At the next shot, with the car jumping, has real sky with more exposition. 5 up, 15 down.
Joey, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Would you rather sit through the entire runtime of the Minecraft movie but extended to only be the chicken jockey scene and getting popcorn thrown on you, or to be in a theater where all 6 of these people are talking around you at the same time?
Minecraft.
You'd rather have popcorn thrown on you and chicken jockey for like 2 hours than have like these 6 guys right behind you being like, that's only 32 nautical miles an hour. And
look, I understand that we are these guys to a certain extent. I don't want to be in the theater with me either. Although I do want to be in the theater like with me because like I don't talk in the theater. But like
exactly, you play on my phone and I shut the like these guys with their phone lights on, searching submarine facts and repeating them out loud to us from behind. This is my nightmare. This is my hell.
Anachronisms, there are none. Audio-visual unsynchronized, there are none. Crew or quote invisible, there's no good ones. Errors in geography, I have 3.
Okay.
This is what I teased last week. New York nerds are pissed.
Okay.
Walt was pissed when he talked about this.
Okay.
Most of the streets seen in parts set in Manhattan are bidirectional based on the road markings visible throughout. Nearly every major thoroughfare in Manhattan runs in one direction, however, making it obvious that the scenes were not filmed on location. 44 up, 7 down.
That's a good point. But again, it's a movie and we need the cars to be the focus, so like we can't have every car driving one direction in squares around Manhattan, so sure. Okay.
One establishing scene, shown in both the film and one of its trailers, shows the team driving northbound on Broadway past Times Square before their confrontation with Dom. In reality, Broadway is a one-way southbound street, and furthermore, most of its blocks in the Times Square vicinity are closed to vehicular traffic. 29 up, 5 down.
Good point, yeah. I avoid Broadway at all times, but yes.
And then several Manhattan scenes, including the one where Dom stops to, quote, fix his car, take place in alleyways. In reality, Manhattan only has a handful of alleys, none of them in the vicinity of Midtown where Dom stopped. 28 up, 7 down. These people are just like, these are the people that I actually see movies with. It's like New York is like, fuck, this is not New York. You know?
Yeah, this wouldn't be that bad. No. This was somebody that just was like pissed that like works in Midtown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plot holes, there are 2. This is the last one because there's no character errors.
Okay. The
tracking device in Dom's cross has a red blinking light. If the aim is to provide tracking without being detected, a red blinking light is the last thing you'd want. This is a common error in movies with tracking trackers placed on cars and such. It shows the audience that the device is active, but it makes no sense whatsoever. 28 up, 1 down. The guy like answers his own thing. It shows the audience.
It's a remnant from when we had like Wile E. Coyote. Like that's all that is. Sure.
And then the last plot hole. At the end of the Fast and Furious 6, when they find Letty, Brian, and Mia's son Jack is an infant. This is when Dom and Elena broke up. In Furious 7, Jack is school-aged. When this movie starts, Elena's son is an infant, which means that Elena's son is too young to be Dom's child. 52 up, 5 down.
I think that we shouldn't assign parenting based on biology. Like, maybe she just bequeathed Dom this child. Well, I shouldn't have used that word, even though I used it correctly. It just sounded weird. She announced Dom as the father whether it's biological or not. Like Godfather, maybe. Like this. Like we don't. She doesn't take a paternity test, right? Dom just assumes fatherdom of the child. That's fine.
I don't even think I think he's just like, this is my baby. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all the goofs. Goof Troop, Fate of the Furious.
Goof Troop.
Pretty nerdy overall, gotta say.
That was a deep goofs. We found a lot of submarine fans. We did.
We have a Patreon page, toofast2forever.com. Shout out to Alex, Ellen, and Justin Kleiman and Brian Rodriguez of Fatherhood.
Ooh.
Wes Hampton, Jerry Robinson, Dan the Duke, Hayden Ron, Dan, who just beat Belatro for the first time. Congratulations, Dan. Renato DiDonato, Michael McGann, Lane Middleton, Lindsay Lewandowski, Nate Milton of the Kings of Sport, Jason Rainey, Tom Price, Mike Gallagher, Josh Buckley of Whole Lot of Wolves, Michael Moser, Christian Larson, Tara Newman, Aaron Roloza, Natalie Absolute, Randy Carter, Josh Goularm, Alex Walsh, Jack Haley, Jessica Collins, a.k.a. Montez. Thank you all for supporting us at the $5 a month level or above. If you want to join the Patreon, toofast2forever.com. Our next bonus episode is Cherry 2000. Coming out in less than a week for you on listening on the main feed. We just put out one on Black Moon Rising. 2 good movies, 2 good conversations.
Those were 2 really good movies and good conversations. Yeah, I agree.
We've got a bunch more good Patreon bonus episodes coming out later this lap. Nearly 90 that we've recorded so far. They will never be on the main feed. You also get every other episode early.
We've done 90 fucking patron episodes.
The one we just did was 85.
That's too many.
You also get handwritten notes from me if you subscribe to a certain thing. Get stickers.
Yes.
Undying love and affection. toofast2forever.com. We also have an email address, family@cageclub.me, and we have a couple different things. So I already mentioned Randy's comment.
Yes.
Jerry commented on the same episode, our Fastlane. Bruh, Joe 2, oh man, I busted laughing when you said you had to ask a cop, literally last resort for help, and didn't help.
Yep. Yeah, it didn't help. And I had to ask the cop. Like, you know how down bad I was, Jerry? For me to have to be like, well, how the fuck do I get out of here? And he's like, oh.
Down bad. Taylor Swift song?
Yeah, Taylor Swift invented the phrase down bad.
She popularized it, man.
Bro, she fucking took all of you. Oh. Do we want to talk about Taylor Swift fucking milking everyone?
So my sister and my friend are both what is commonly referred to as clowns. Do you know this?
Okay. No, what is that?
So clowns, and they call themselves clowns, are Taylor Swift fans who are like Swift Talk detectives who know, quote unquote, know when the next album's coming out or whatever. They're like, she did 3 periods here, she did 2 periods here, she did 1 period here.
Gotcha.
And every
my
time
favorite people in the world. I want to be in a
theory,
theater with these people and the submarine guys. Go ahead.
Every time they share a theory, I'm just like, nope, like stop clowning. And so my favorite album of hers, Reputation, the one that she has been, the one of the 2 she has not
I think
released.
Rachel told me this. Go ahead, tell me.
I would guess that Rachel's is probably also Reputation. She's like, she wrote a letter on her site. She's like, hey, I own all my music again. I bought it from Shamrock Capital because they brokered a sale.
Yeah.
I've only recorded a quarter of that album. Don't know when it's going to come out. Don't know if it's ever going to come out. Sorry, but thank you for helping me, through all the money that you gave me through the tour and the concert film and all the merch and everything.
Bro, she cooked at all of you to buy the same fucking albums twice.
Well,
it's a genius move, but
yes.
like you have to stand behind like she's just like a boss babe, and I'm like, no, you got fucking taken. They
don't mind it though.
I know, which just frustrates the shit out of me. It's like so culty. Like, and then how do you not see that this is the same shit that Big Orange is telling you one thing and dildoing you from the other side? She twice sold you the same albums, then bought the things back. Now it doesn't fucking matter anyways.
But
and you sponsored
them. They're very slightly different.
Yeah.
I will also say that a lot of them do have like
bonus tracks. Fine.
Well, like Red as an album, I do not love, but Red the Taylor's version has my favorite song that she's ever written. So like there are some that are like more worth it than others.
But she could have made another album. Or
well, she also, to be fair, in her defense, she is wildly prolific considering she just did like a 2-year tour, released an album in the middle of that cycle.
I do not care. She made $60 billion and bought her own music back because these dumbasses bought it twice. Whatever. I think they like. I respect it. I respect the game for sure. Get the bag. You know it. A lot of Swifties need to look at themselves in the mirror and put their actual clown makeup on and not try to figure out how many dots there are because there was some clowning happening in that one.
Do you think we should listen back to the early episodes of this show and re-record them or just remaster them and put them out as Joe's version?
What if we do commentaries of me listening to the episode and commenting on the episode?
Look, we figured out a new schedule for how we're going to navigate around when I'm getting married and like how to do that so that we can record stuff in advance. If you just want to like sit down and listen to the episodes and record yourself stream of consciousness to listen to the episodes, I could put those up. That's fine.
I do not want to do that.
All right. Just an option.
Joe's versions.
We got an email from Jack who says, "Hey, Fast Fam. I loved Gisele's return in Fast 10 in the submarine scene. Do you guys think there's anyone else on the team in there with her? If so, who? Find your bear country, Jack." Who else is in the submarine? We talked about maybe
Mr. Nobody. It has to be Mr. Nobody. That's it.
Brie Larson.
One of the two. Both.
A nobody.
A nobody. Yes, if not both. That's my only best guess. I can't imagine anybody else because everybody else is like tied up in the movie already.
Well, we know people who are on that plane that probably crashed and definitely killed all of them. We know who's in the dam, both above and below. What if Pete Davidson's on that boat, on that submarine?
Dinkley is a good guess.
What if that's just all the characters that we have once and forgotten? So we have like Leon
we shelved
on there,
them.
Suki. Stasiak's on there.
That would be the best end game ever if they did all get they all were on the submarine. I think that would be fun. Yeah,
they all just come out and people are just like, who the fuck are these people? And we're like freaking out. We're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
They got Keiko Kitagawa. They got Reiko from Tokyo Drift.
Yeah. Like all the Marvel people, like, it's Thunder Fuck McGee. Jeez.
But realistically, I think it's going to be
the nobodies,
a nobody and then just like cast and crew that like we don't know, just like other submarine people.
Yeah.
We have one more email from a new listener from Sean. Subject line: new listener.
What's up, Sean?
Maybe
it's always surprising. How do we have a new listener?
I don't know. Why are you finding it now? But I appreciate that you do. I also don't know. I didn't read this. I don't know how far into the thing if he's listening for the. I don't know. Who knows?
Who knows? We'll find out now. What's up, Sean?
What's up, fam? Sean here. Caught this podcast looking for something to quench my thirst for one of my favorite movie franchises. I've been listening to you guys for a little over a week, and as of this writing, I'm rounding the last turn on lap 3. He has no idea how. Okay. While I'm racing my 2000 Civic EX, hitting every tight corner to catch up.
You're crushing, bud. A week you went through 3 laps, but I mean they were shorter back in the day. But sure, yeah.
Now onto the No Knees Denise line. I'm not sure if this thought has come up. If you're on lap 3, it probably has, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I personally feel the line is more wholesome than we've thought.
Okay.
My take on it is she was a very nerdy girl that probably had those metal knee braces. We actually have not heard this. Or something of the like, in which Brian and his crew would have laughed at Roman for it, given his taste in women during the films. That actually makes sense. Like, I saw you take down that girl with no knees.
Oh.
That's actually viable.
God damn it, Sean. You did give us a new one. I'm proud of you, bud. That was good. Yeah, it's like, what if she had, like, leg braces? Like Forrest Gump. You know what I mean? That's what I'm imagining, right? Mm-hmm. Something along those lines. Then that's very sad. We've been laughing at No Knees Denise, the poor girl.
My ranking for the Fast Saga goes from least to my favorite. So here's a ranking of 10. Hobbs and Shaw not in here.
You're officially indexed, Sean.
Number 10, F9. All around forgettable. Still has its moments.
Okay.
Number 9, Fast 10. Momoa was the only saving grace, followed by the car stunts.
Oh, I kind of like F10, but sure.
Number 8, Fate of the Furious. Enjoyable stunts. The family just wasn't there.
Oh.
Number 7, Furious 7. Sean Bryan saves this one for me.
Okay.
So far, 79, 10 or 79, 10, but a little bit.
Yeah.
Number 6, Fast and Furious 6. The car stunts are great.
Wow.
Started the unrealistic beyond movie logic stunts.
Okay, I know where you're going with this, bud. Come on, let's bring it in.
Number 5, Fast and Furious. Feels like I've been on a long work trip, and I see my exit, and I'm starting to feel like I'm home.
Oh, okay.
Number 4, Fast 5. Brazil, the crew as we know it, assembled. Need I say more? Number 3, the original, pure nostalgia. Love every moment, but it feels like it's no longer home.
Okay.
Number 2, Tokyo Drift. This is home from the cars, the people, and of course, Tokyo.
Are you being contentious here, Sean? Because I think you are. Go ahead.
And number 1, Too Fast. Not the best story-wise, but holds a special place in my heart. It was the first I saw in theaters. It reminds me most of Florida around that time with the neons. We'll write more soon, Sean.
Thank you for writing in, brother. You're in rare company putting Too Fast first.
Figure out how many people have Too Fast first, because it's not a lot.
It's not a lot. And these are faves. There's no wrong answers. I appreciate your answers.
Okay, so I'm actually going to add a filter to this page for the first time ever. This is so exciting. Filter. If we do
How many total rankings do we have now? Like 100 and some?
We have 103.
Shit.
Which honestly might be a bigger collection of these rankings than anyone else has ever.
Probably.
So people who have put number 2 as 1, John Keel.
Vin, I know that you're listening. We will sell these rankings to you. We're doing like market research for you, bud.
Yeah.
This is worth a gold mine.
John Keel, Justin Kleiman, Mark Hoffmeyer, Natalie Absolute, Cody Brown, and Sean.
It's funny that like a lot of our patrons and like guests like have to. It was like, you know what I mean? Like that was like a.
The only movie other than Fast 10, which is just there's not enough people who have ranked it. Like we only have Fast 10 rankings for like 15 people. Somebody has that at number 3. The only movie of the first 10, including Hobbs and Shaw, that is not someone's clean, pure number 1.
4.
8.
8.
Brian Silliman, he of the one who drove around
yes,
Valkyrie.
Yeah. I just was talking about him the other day, but go ahead.
He has 7 and 8 tied for number 1.
Ah.
But no one else has put it at number 1.
Interesting. Okay.
Jay Cluett, Mark Hoffmeyer's podcast partner, has Fate
Deep
number
Lucy.
2. But yeah, Fate of the Furious in last place, very barely, very, very barely behind Hobbs and Shaw, 7.29 versus 7.28 average ranking. But no one has put Fate number 1, and no one's put Fast 10 1 or 2. Garrett Smith, fan favorite Garrett Smith, has Fast 10 number 3, as does Aaron Wolozin, as does Tara. I mean, when they sent the rankings, and who knows if any of those people change their minds.
Yeah.
But Fate, hurting.
Yeah.
But thank you, Sean.
Thank you, Sean. That was a good email, too, bud. I hope that you eventually listen to the newer episodes and just, I mean, well, you'll catch up. You guys are nuts, and you'll probably listen to all of them, and we'll get your emails about shit that we don't remember we said 3 years ago, and, like, we'll answer them, but
It's remarkable to me that he actually came up with a thing that we've never said, we've never heard.
Yeah, that's kind of insane. Yeah, I'm proud.
I actually do want to ask or check. Hold on, we've gotten No Knees Denise answers from 32 people, so not as many as the rankings, but 32 people
is a significant amount. Yeah,
and nobody has said,
and that's not including like me going on a tangent when somebody says something.
We've said like 15 different things for No Knees Denise
each. Yeah, exactly.
And we're not on here.
Yeah.
If you want to email in family@cageclub.me, we'll read it in the next Fastlane, which is in 3 weeks. We've got Joe's bonus episode, then Fastivus, then Fastlane. So you got a little bit of time to get things in, but family@cageclub.me. But Joe, extracurricular activities, what have you been? Also, we have a store at cageclub.me/shop. Go there. Margaret was wearing her Justice is Coming shirt last night.
That's awesome.
Extracurricular activities, what have you been up to since we last spoke?
Do you want to do thing together at the beginning or the end? Okay. I went to go visit Joey. We went to his annual barbecue.
Yes.
It was a lot of fun. Got to see Dr. Chris podcast. Got to see the resident historian Mike Manzi. Bunch of other people's.
Close to 60
Did
people.
Brian show up?
Fan favorite Garrett Smith was there on Saturday. You saw him.
Yeah, fan favorite Garrett Smith. I got to see him too. I didn't mean to forget you, Garrett. I love
Brian,
you.
Daddy Jack the Barbecue on Sunday, brought his daughter.
Nice. Good for him. I only went Saturday. It was fun though. Good time as always. You guys are great. We didn't have killer weather this time. We didn't have sweltering,
it was remarkable
hellscape weather. The weather was nice. It was sunny, beautiful time. So that was good.
Yep. Close to 60 people here the 2 days.
Damn.
41
nice.
on Saturday and 18 on Sunday.
Damn, that's awesome.
A lot of people.
Good turnout. Yeah. Oh, media things. What have we been watching? Finished the rehearsal, which I loved.
Yes, me too.
We finished the rehearsal. That's like one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. I pitched it to a bunch of people. My sister binged the whole rehearsal in like a weekend last weekend.
There's only 6 episodes per season. Like it's
I know. It's
also
hard
it's crazy to me. I'm not going to spoil it because I don't want to spoil it. Just watch it. But
Did you watch the CNN 17-minute
I did.
thing? Okay.
There
it's worth
is the thing that like the rehearsal he does to get in the mind of Sully, that's all I'm going to say.
Yes.
I somehow forgot that was this season, so when that comes back in the finale, I'm just like, holy shit. Like, there's been so many things that have happened in 3 hours, 3.5, because the finale is an hour, but like 3.5 hours of television, so much has happened that I forgot the craziest thing I've ever seen.
I think that episode 4, when he's sitting at that doctor's office and taking the test and getting the answers wrong and was saying like, oh, I get that some people might have difficulty answering these questions, and then also getting them wrong is probably like there's some things that Nathan I love Nathan Fielder's brain. If he hits for you, he does. This is the other caveat I have to give to everybody before they watch this. If you watch this and you're like, I can't stand Nathan Fielder, immediately turn this off. Like, he does not get better. He just gets worse. And like, if it either works or it doesn't. Like, if you were like, right?
I don't know how Margaret feels about him because we have not dabbled into that, but she does not like Joe Parrott, and it makes me so sad. She's just like, something about his voice. I'm just like, I get it. I don't agree.
Yes.
But like,
yeah.
I get it, and it just makes me sad.
And comedy's very subjective. So we like that. Actually, to be honest, we started The Curse again because we had never finished it. So like we're deep into The Curse now. We're like episode 4 or 5 into that.
I curse you.
Yeah, I curse you.
Just you gotta stick with it. Just stick with it because like
I will.
They are long and they are slow and they don't go anywhere. And then eventually, all of a sudden, it's just like, oh my god.
Everybody says this show breaks bad, and now that it's been out for a while, like the first episode of the show has 2 shots of micro penises, and then everybody told me that like the show eventually breaks bad.
Meaning,
like it just gets crazy.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, where do we go from here? But anyways, I got into a nice Nathan Fielder mindset this weekend, like the last weekend. I'm feeling good about Nathan.
Good.
So I'm gonna finish up The Curse finally because I put it off, and I'll report back eventually. I just don't like Emma Stone, but like my sister was laughing about this because she's like, "You really don't like Emma Stone?" I was like, "Not really much." And she's like, "So you like the show?" I'm like, "I think Nathan kind of like."
Well,
does
she's
it for
also
me
like
she's
doing
her.
a thing that like is both like what she does and everything, but also like the opposite, where she is. I think she's like actively trying to be like sort of like hateable in it in a way, and just like that's actually like it. I can see how it might. Yeah,
be better for me.
Yeah,
that she's like kind of a disgusting person. So I'm like, good, thanks, cool. She's not just like very like whimsical, right? Like it's not like, oh my god, I'm so good at everything and everybody loves me, and because that's normally
she thinks she is, but she's not. Yeah.
But like to see the other side of it, be like, oh, like I'm self-conscious and like kind of an asshole. I'll be like, yes, that's what I want to see. Thank you.
I will also say that in the Nathan Fielder, there's also obviously Nathan For You, which I know you've seen, but there was a show before Nathan For You, which I have not seen since I knew who he was. Ran for 1 season on Comedy Central called John Benjamin Has a Van. John Benjamin, the voice of Archer. John Benjamin, the voice of Bob from Bob's Burgers.
Yeah.
He had a show where it's a live action show, and Nathan was a field reporter on that show. And I don't remember, but that was like his first, like his TV break.
Okay.
After obviously, Canadian Idol and whatever behind the scenes producing.
Yeah, Canadian Idol. Yeah.
But he was on like just like I said,
Wings of Voice.
I think he was probably like a writer on John Benjamin Has a Van, but he also like was like a minor character. So like if you want a little bit more, and also John Benjamin Has a Van is a very fun. What I remember, 15 years old by this point, who knows? But like I remember being very funny.
90 Day did like essentially a Love Island where they brought back all the old shitbags from 90 Day and they put them on an island with some singles. And they can either date each other or somebody else. Yeah, that's going to be a blast. We watched like the first episode of that. So I'm going to be, what is it called? It's called like, I don't know. It's whatever the new 90 Day is. It's like Love Island. That one.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know the name. They all titled something stupid. I think that's about it. I took like, I don't know. I've been like dicking off and not doing anything. It's good. I'm about to have a good summer. I'm about to have a brat summer. But I will know how to get home.
Well, yeah, you're going to follow the other girl from Penn State.
I'm going to follow also, the neon green shirts all the way home.
So I know that Walt listens to the Fast Lanes. So hi, Walt. I don't think he listens to the other show, but that's fine. The fact that anybody listens at all, whatever. But when he was listening to the episodes, he's like, I told you there was. I'm like, I know, I forgot. I don't piece 2 and 2 together. Like we talked about, like before an entire 2-hour fucking musical.
And when I'm leaving, I'm not thinking that I'm going to Barclays where the Charlie XCX concert is.
Correct.
Literally right where
He's
it
like,
is.
man, I told you it was there. I'm like, I know, but like,
I know
forgot.
you didn't, Ball. You were a good guy. You
tried.
You did us good. I understand.
Anything else, or is that it?
I think that's it. What have you been up to, brother?
So the Switch 2 comes out in 2 days. I have one coming supposedly from Target either this week or next week. Who knows? But I've been like, I don't want to start a new game because I'm like, I want to like when that comes out, just do that.
Yes, to be like lock in.
So I'm like, what do I just like do? And so I think in the last 2 weeks. I might have mentioned here. I beat Blueprints, which is like it just starts the craziness. Like there's so much more after you beat it, but like I finally beat that game, which I like. I don't love. It's too randomy for me. Like there's too much of like the game kind of like can really fuck you over in certain ways. Like it's not.
Okay. So you're like dead from the onset.
Like so like you're building rooms and like sometimes you just like you can like re-roll like the options you can pick, but like sometimes you just can't. And so like. Again, like very far into the game, I like just like didn't even get it up like 2 or like it just stumped me. Like not something like in a way that like I couldn't figure out. Just like the game did not allow me to progress. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, it's impossible to beat. You're now in an impossible thing. Yeah.
And so like
That's
I love
annoying.
games. I love games like Spelunky or Balatro or whatever where like every run is different, but like you have like more control over it. Like this has like a little bit less control and like it's fun and I like that there's like randomness, but it just like it feels like skill is less a factor sometimes than luck.
I understand it.
So
I want my gambling to be gambling. I want my games to be games.
Yes. Although Balatro, not gambling. Like that was the thing that like Twitch was like, we're going to demonetize, it's gambling, blah, blah, blah. The EU was like, you can't do it, it's gambling. It's not for kids. Like it's rated 17 or up. And the people are just like, not gambling. It's poker, but it's not gambling. There's no money involved. And also
it's a game.
The way that you can like craft your deck around things, it's not actually luck. Like you can make it so like every card in your deck is king of spades. Like that's not gambling anymore. Like that, you know exactly.
Yes, exactly.
And they're just like, actually, you're right. It's not gambling. People can make money again. But like YouTube, like for a little bit, like demonetized every video, like put everything behind like an 18 plus. Just like it's a game with like silly jokers. Like what are you doing?
Yeah, stupid.
Margaret and I watched because she'd want to show me. I'd seen once in college, but she loves. We watched the Lord of the Rings movies, the extended editions, which are long as hell.
Yeah, that's as long as a fast the Randy cut.
Yeah, it was three. I think they're like 3:15, 3.5, and like 3:45 without credits. Like they're all very long, but she loves them. They're obviously very good.
They're great.
They're
just long.
I don't think they're ever going to be more than just like movies to me, but like.
Same. I read the Lord of the Rings. Like I like the books, but like I think that they're good. I put them on to like go to sleep. They're great sleep fodder for me.
Yeah, a lot of greens,
a lot of soft tones, blues. But at the same time, like I was never like, this is it for me.
Right.
But go ahead.
Saw Final Destination Bloodlines, which was after we recorded. It was very good. It might be the best in the franchise. It's not my favorite, but it's up there. It's really good because like the other ones are not like great. They're just like fun and silly. But this is like actually like telling a story, and it's also got some good kills. So that's good. I would say recommend seeing that.
Awesome.
Margaret and I saw it in theaters. Lawrence of Arabia. Did I complain about this in here or no?
No, you didn't.
So it's a 4-hour movie, or like 3 hours and 40 minutes or whatever, and there's an intermission, and then it was a digital projection, and the back half after you come back from intermission, the picture and the audio were not synced up.
Oh, that's fun. So they needed to download the different codecs.
I think it was just probably a huge file that the computer like stuck, but instead of like, look, if anybody's ever watched a file on their computer or like a thing on YouTube or whatever that gets out of sync, just go back 10 seconds, it like resets it and it's fine.
Yeah.
They never did this. It paused a couple times, whether intentionally or not, I don't know. They made it worse at one point, then they made it better at one point, but it's still never. So like
that would have driven me absolutely bananas.
They were staff members, and this is like an indie. Like it's not like an AMC. Like this is like a packed auditorium. They were
I would have been like, we need to shut this down. Like as soon as we like started it, and we're like 5 minutes in, be like, let's shut down and restart from the intermission.
I was like, this is unbelievable, and like. Other people apparently didn't seem to mind, and like Margaret's like, I noticed it, but it didn't bother me. I'm just like, I was going fucking crazy.
No, that's
like
what grabbed me.
An hour and a half of a movie that, again, like I thought was good, very problematic. There's also no women in there until like the last like 10 minutes. Like it's just a movie of dudes doing like white savior shit. Like it's beautiful and it's spectacular and whatever, but it's also like
Margaret's
problematic.
Describing my favorite musical according to Rachel,
which is Newsies.
No, Rachel always just laughs at like every musical that I'm like, that was a really good one. She's like, there's no women in it. And I was like, oh, yeah.
The only women in this entire movie, which is 3 hours and 45 minutes long, are nuns who pop in at the end and are in the background and don't say anything. Awesome. They're like medical nuns or whatever. You know what I mean?
I was making a joke at myself from Rachel.
I was just like, I can't believe that no one's fixing this and no one's complaining. There's not like a revolt, but... I then also saw Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, which I think is good. We talked about that briefly with Alex last week. I think it's not as good as the ones that were leading up to it, but I think it's good. Definitely worth seeing on the big screen if you can. Margaret and I then saw Friendship in theaters, the new Tim Robinson, Paul Rudd movie. Wonderful.
I was going to say, like, I thought this, Tim Robinson is along the lines of, like, Nathan and Joe Pera that we were just talking about.
I get it.
Like, Tim Robinson's, like, just... Like, I've seen, like, clips and, like, parts of the show and stuff, and it's just, like, it's just not for me. Like, I don't know. It just, like, doesn't really hit, so...
Margaret loves it. I would say... So, again, she doesn't like Joe Pera, TBD on Nathan Fielder, but she loves Tim Robinson, so...
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, different strokes, man. Like, that's one that just, like, doesn't... I never really got it.
Mm-hmm. So that movie is really good. If his comedy works for you,
yeah,
you know you're going to love it anyway. It's great.
Yeah.
And then I also saw in theaters... Bring Her Back, the new A24 movie from the Talk to Me brothers. Like these two guys made Talk to Me. Do you know Talk to Me or Bring Her Back?
I've seen a movie poster for Bring Her Back.
Yeah.
And you talked to me about Talk to Me, I think. But go ahead. I
did not like Talk to Me. I don't like this movie. This movie is like, it's too mean and bleak and dark for my taste. Like there's stuff in here that is like so fucking gross. Like there's one thing in particular, like it's like been burned in my brain, which is effective, I guess, in terms of like
yeah, that's compelling.
It can't get in my brain, but it is the plot. I guess I was going to give more away, but the plot on Letterboxd says, following the death of their father, a brother and sister are introduced to their new sibling by their foster mother, only to learn she has a terrifying secret. And so I've seen people talk about this like, oh, the Philippou brothers, I don't know how to pronounce it, but like the Philippou brothers are turning the grief as trauma or the grief as horror or whatever on their head. I'm like, it just seems like you're doing the same shit. Like, it doesn't seem like you're commenting on it. It just seems like miserable. And the mom is Sally Hawkins.
You're in this space. This feels like themes that you're usually
I do wonder, like,
are you just too lost in the sauce on this one?
I don't know. Because, like, I think people love Talk to Me. But I'm also, like, I'm blinded by, like, A24. What they should be doing is, like, promoting their movie and, like, reposting people who, like, love these movies. And so, like, I'm seeing, like, Bring Her Back as, like, the best, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just like, I don't know, man.
Fair enough. Also true.
Mark gave it 3.5 stars. Aaron, of course, gave it 3.5 stars.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Should we keep a tally of every time we look at a movie and Aaron gave it something other than 3.5 stars and just, like, note them?
What's weird is that, like, he's given a lot of movies, almost as many movies 4 as he's given 3.5, but it feels like every movie we look up, he's given a 3.5 stars.
3.5. Dead middle. Bell curve.
There's no way. He reviewed yesterday The Life of Chuck, which is the movie from the
that
heart
Wes just talked about in Discord, yeah.
and soul of Mike Flanagan, who's, like, Rachel's favorite creator.
Yes.
At the barbecue, she even was just like, this movie looks like it fucking sucks. Like, she just, like, that's not her words, but, like, it looks so bad. Wes gave it 5 stars.
No, I know. He was just talking about it in the Discord. He said he really, really liked it.
And
I said, I'm sure I'll watch it, but I didn't know that Rachel had said that. Because I didn't remember what the name of this thing was. But go ahead.
I just cannot believe this movie is good. It looks so bad.
I do love me a passion project, though. Bad, good, all around. Doesn't matter.
I might see this, but again,
put your whole ass into a movie, and I hope it's bad.
When
That's
your
kind of
trailer
fun.
says "from the heart and soul of Mike Flanagan," I'm like, you're setting stuff up. You're setting something up for delivery. You know what I mean? Like, it's just
yeah.
Had the barbecue. I wiped this out for a couple days because it was a 2-day barbecue, and we're just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Just later, and that's when we started The Lord of the Rings on Monday because we're like, we just can't get off the couch. We watched the movie then.
Perfect. Awesome.
I think that's it. Yeah, that's enough.
That's enough.
That's enough. The rehearsal.
That's enough. I just like that you cut yourself off.
I'm just like, that's enough.
Sorry.
That's enough talking.
That's enough. Yeah. We're done.
Our next episode is Joe's surprise pick.
Yeah.
You only have a couple more days, and like it's already like I'm already kind of like iffy if you usually can get a guess by this point. You know what I mean? Like,
I would like to say that somebody might have been close.
You can still guess, but like I don't know if you get a movie pick, or maybe like I'll give you like 4 if somebody gets it and why we're doing it. Maybe we let them pick from a curated list. Like, it can't be like a blind. You know what I mean? Like, they get a little bit of they get a little bit of bonus.
Oh,
but like I really thought somebody was gonna get it.
I don't think so because it is esoteric enough that like you have to know.
I had to explain it to you, and you're like, oh yeah, okay. Not explain it to you, but I was like, let's do this, and you're like, oh right, okay. Like, it's not something you thought of.
It's not something I thought of.
But once I said it, you're like, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Joe's bonus pick next week, and then Cherry 2000, then the Festivus special, which is going to be, I'm going to say here, we were planning for a wedding in October, so Festivus is going to be its own week episode. So there's no regular episode that week. It's going to be a mini episode, so a little bit of a bonus, but it's Festivus. Who knows?
Festivus. That's all you need.
Anything else to say in this episode?
I hope that everybody feels very comfortable paying for every Taylor Swift album twice, and they're proud of themselves.
You don't want to know how many times my sister bought the reissue of 1989.
I do not want to know.
It's a big number.
I do not want to know.
For all things Too Fast, Too Forever, go to CageClub.me, Facebook.com/TooFast2Forever, or at TooFast2Forever on some of the socials. Email us, family@CageClub.me. Check out our Patreon page at TooFast2Forever.com and our store at CageClub.me/shop. And come back next week for Joe's pick. Get bonus. Get it perk.
You got a shot. You got a shot.
If you're on the main feed, it's really, you got to be a patron. That's the thing. You got to be a patron.
Yeah, true.
I'm Joey Lewandowski.
I'm Joe too.
And we will tell you all about it.
when we see you again.